Hello explorers, how are you doing? What I thought I'd do today is take you for a bit of a walk. It's my official rest day where I'm not really doing any exploring, just taking it easy. And I'm in a beautiful town called Taupo, and I'm going to the coast in a couple of days, but while I'm here for the next couple of days I'm going to be doing a bit of exploring, a bit of walking. Today I want to talk about something which is really close to my heart, and that's about travelling solo, especially for people like me who are introverted, who are shy around people that you've not met before. And it may seem really daunting about travelling around the world yourself, but it's not as bad as you think. Two questions that I'm often asked are, do I feel lonely when I'm travelling alone? And what are the best and worst bits of travelling alone? So what I thought I'd do first is answer those questions. I moved out of my parents when I was 25 or 26 years old, and I've been pretty much living by myself all of that time. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why I don't feel lonely when I'm travelling around the world alone. I would say that when I feel a little bit vulnerable, then I do miss home a little bit. For example, when I was in the Northlands a couple of days ago, I felt a little bit vulnerable because I was feeling unwell, and I did miss family. But that was probably for about a day or two, and I didn't miss them that I was kind of really wanting to go back home. It was just, that support when you're not feeling well. But that's probably the first time in 4 months of travelling, so I do miss family and friends, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel alone or lonely. For me, there are many benefits to travelling alone, and I think a lot of it comes down to the flexibility, in that when you're travelling alone you can do what you want to do, and you don't have to go to what the majority of the group says when you're travelling with a group of friends or family. And that's been a little bit selfish, but just being able to wake up one morning like today and say today's my rest day, that's one of the big benefits of travelling alone. Another benefit is if you've only got a small circle of friends, if you don't travel alone, then you will not see the planet, you will not see the amazing places that I visited. So what it allows you to do is to take you out of that comfort zone and to see the world and explore the world, because be honest, if you waited for family and friends to be able to go on your travels, you wouldn't go anywhere. It's amazing how clear this water is. So the worst things about travelling alone, there's two things really. One, you have to be sensible, and sometimes you want to do the more adventurous activities, which I have done a little bit in New Zealand and I plan to do a little bit more. But you've got to be really careful, you've got to take care of your health and safety, because there's nobody there to support you, nobody there to help you. So that's one downside. I think the other downside is probably the fact that you've got nobody there to share the experiences with. And that's why going on these small group tours is really good, because you meet other solo travellers. So this is a good example. I want to walk down the side of the river, but I have no idea when the tide is going to come in, and it's a bit worrying if I get stranded there. So I'm not going to risk it. The other night I went to a Maori cultural experience, which was really good fun. I went alone, but the event organisers were very smart. What they did is they put 50% of the people who were there alone and 50% of people who were there travelling in groups, so it could have been 2 or 3 people. And what that meant is that you were chatting to people who were solo travellers. I classify myself as an introvert, and I know many of you out there are the same. You struggle to start a conversation, you struggle to travel alone, and you need that confidence, and that takes time, and you have to do it slowly. Go for a weekend break or go for a day trip alone. Just take it in small steps. I think introverts give out this signal that says, don't talk to me, I want to keep myself to myself, and that really makes it difficult to build friends and relationships with people. And I am improving on that, and I think if you're that type of person, then you really need to start doing things which get you out of that comfort zone. I'm assuming, explorers, that if you've watched the video to here, you are someone who wants to travel alone, maybe doesn't have the confidence, or has travelled alone a few times but doesn't have the confidence to travel around the world or in a long trip. Then if that's for you, I've got something that I'd like to talk to you about. As you know, I have to generate revenue because I've left my job, and when I get back to the UK in September, the end of September, I need to start making some money. Otherwise I'm going to have to go back to a 9-to-5 job, and I don't want to do that. So I've been having a think about how I could generate revenue, and I really want to help those of you who want to travel alone but just don't have the confidence, or help those of you who may have gone on 1 or 2 trips but you want to go on a week's holiday or a round the world trip even. And the way I could do that is by offering a package which basically would be a 10-15 page guide on how to travel around the world alone, and also a video where I share my own experiences, and then an opportunity for you to ask me any questions about solo travelling, like a forum environment. If this is the type of package that you would be interested in, please let me know. I'm not going to charge a fortune, to be completely honest. I just want to make enough to live a comfortable life and to be able to continue to travel. And that's my goal, to travel longer and to be location independent. So I'm not wanting to be a millionaire, even though it would be nice. I just want to make enough money to live. I think what's worth bearing in mind is that I'm an introvert, like many people who want to travel around the world alone. And I've solo travelled for God knows how many years, since I was 18 years old. I'm now 42, and I'm just travelling around the world right now, and I have a lot of experience to share with people. So explorers, I'm going to go back to my motel. First time I've stopped in a motel. It's quite nice for £14 a night. Anyway, if you've got any questions about solo travel, please leave them in the comments. And if you like these little walk arounds, these little motivation talks and walks that I give you, please let me know, because if you like them, I'll do more of them. And I hope you are well, and I shall see you very soon for a new video.